So, welcome everyone to class 99 of the Biblical Foundation, which is the book of Genesis or the book of beginnings. So, we're going to review material from last week and reviewing Abraham's sojourning in Philistine. And so, Nicholas, can you kindly start us off by reading Genesis 21, chapter 21, verses 27 to 28, please?
And Abraham took sheep and oxen, a given unto Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves.
Beautiful, thank you. So let me try that in Portuguese. E tomou Abraão ovelhas e vacas, e deu-as a Abimeleque, e fizeram ambos uma aliança. Pôs Abraão, porém, a parte 7 cordeiras do rebanho. Oh, there we are. All right, so Edemar, can you kindly read question A in English?
Is this the same name? I'm sorry. Is this the same Abimelech of chapter 20?
Well pronounced, thank you. So, what do we remember from last class? Is this the same? Does Lucas remember?
Really, I don't know.
That's okay. Lucas, what do you think?
I not remember.
Okay, anyone else?
We said that it could be, but also could not, because Abimelech actually is not a name per se, it's a title of
Exactly.
someone.
That's what we were last week.
Okay, you're absolutely right, Nicholas. Very good. Okay, Haimunda, can you kindly read the next verse? And Haimunda, just to let you know, for some reason you're out of focus. So yeah, it's only when you get close. You're too far away for it to be in focus.
Oh, let me see if I change the
Yes.
position.
Yeah, or if you remove the background, well, that's better.
That's better, right?
Yeah, we can see you now. Okay, so Raimunda, can you kindly read Genesis 21, verse 29?
Okay. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what mean these 7 old lambs which thou hast said by themselves?
Okay, that's a hard a qualifier before lambs, and it's pronounced you.
You. I know. I knew it was wrong. Yeah. You.
It's a strange word with a strange pronunciation.
And
It's
there is
like,
no why. So you.
yeah, it's very funny. English
Yeah.
is like that. Ok. E Abimeleque disse a Abraão: Para que estão aqui estas 7 cordeiras que puseste à parte? Pedro, can you kindly read question B in English?
Okay. Why give the lambs on top of the sheep and oxen of verse 27?
Thank you. Now you notice this is give the lambs on top of. It's not saying that the lambs were given on top of the poor sheep and oxen. Okay, so the lambs weren't put on top of. Okay, rather on top of in terms of beyond the gift of the sheep and the oxen.
More than the payment, right?
Yeah, say it again, Haimunda.
More than the payment. The payment was
Yes,
extra payment.
exactly. The payment was the sheep and the oxen. And now what are we doing?
In the answer to that question, I remember from the last class. It's because the lambs were like were to comprove the pause of the wealth of Abraham. So
Okay.
it comproved that the well was a possession of Abraham.
Okay. I think you were taking a Portuguese word and giving it and it's not the same in English. So it's prove, uh, or another way to think of it is that the answer is in the next line.
Okay.
Okay, because the next line says what?
It's true. I read that.
No, actually, Lucas is going to read that, but then another way to say he's proving that the lamb, I mean, sorry, the well is his is he's giving a witness. So the lambs are as a witness that yes, the well is his. So Lucas, go ahead and read Genesis chapter 21, verse 30, please.
And he said, for these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me, that I have digged this well.
Okay, so it's digged, not an open eye. If there was one G, maybe it would be digged, but it's a closed eye, so digged. And then I think you said witness into me, but it's witness unto me. Very good. Let me try that in Portuguese. E disse, tomarás estes 7 cordeiras de minha mão, para que sejam em testemunho que eu cavei este poço.
I have a suggestion.
Please.
You say tomaras, but it is tomarás.
Ah,
Future.
ok. Tomarás.
Yes, the accent shows that the emphasis is in the end.
Excellent. The emphasis. Absolutely right. Thank you for that, Pedro.
Well,
And Nicholas, can you please read question C in English?
Why is it important?
Why is it important to confirm who dug the well?
Okay. So why is it?
Well, we are discussing that last class, and the importance was one because it was a valuable resource from the region because of it's an arid region, so wells and water two things very important to the region, and also because the servants of Abimelech and Abraham, actually the servants of Abraham were attacked in that well before, so it was to settle this discussion that we're talking about in the last classes, right?
Absolutely true. Thank you. But more generally, why is it important to confirm who digs? Who digs a well?
Because he owns.
Exactly right. Okay? It's like who digs the well, then owns the well.
Owns the well.
Very good. Thank you, Raimonda. All right, we got that all. All right, so Edemar, can you kindly read question D in English?
Why so much care about the well?
Very well pronounced. Thank you. What's the big deal? Well, I think Nicholas said partly it's an arid area, but go ahead, Pedro.
as Nicholas have said, it's because the water and consequently the wells were so important to the people in that region because there was an arid climate. So it were very important.
Absolutely right. So another way to phrase it is a well is a source of life. Without a well, little or no water, and no one can live, the animals nor the people. So it's a source of life. Excellent. Okay, so Raimunda, can you kindly read the next verse, which is chapter 21, verse 31?
31.
31, please.
We only have 33.
Well, 31, I think. The top of the second page.
Oh, okay. So sorry. Yeah. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because there they swore both of them.
All right, thank you. Pois isso se chamou aquele lugar Berseba, porquanto ambos juraram ali. And let's move on. Pedro, can you kindly read question E in English?
Okay. Where is Beersheba location?
Located.
Located. Okay.
Very good. All right, so do we remember?
I believe it was south of the where would be Israel in like south part of Israel and in the land of Canaan. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
I'm not sure because Canaan was where most of Israel would be, but this is the south. And one way to think of it is Abimelech is the king of what region? He's not the king of Canaan. He's the king of
Gerar.
okay, that's the town, let's say. Or what's the synonym for Gerar?
Philippine?
Well, I'm not sure. So it's Philistine.
Philistine, yeah,
Okay.
Philistine.
So he's actually called the Philistine king. We'll see that in a second. Okay, excellent. So Lucas, can you kindly read question F in English?
Jacob and Isaac would also live in Beersheba. Eventually, it was recognized as being what part of Israel?
Very good. The first word in that verse, you gave it a little more of the Portuguese pronunciation. So in English, it's Jacob, not Jacob, right? So the emphasis often moves up to the first part. But when it's the same word and pronounced differently between English and Portuguese, it can be hard to remember. All right, so Jacob and Isaac would also live in Beersheba. And so what part of Israel was that?
Is it the south?
Yes. Okay, it's even the southern extremity. Well remembered. And so let's take a look. Nicholas, can you kindly read the mystery book, chapter 20, verse 1, please, in English?
Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together with the land of Gilead unto the Lord in Mizpah.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to read that in Portuguese. Então, todos os filhos de Israel saíram. E a congregação se ajuntou perante o Senhor em Mizpah, como se fora só homem, desde Dan até Berseba, como também a terra de Gileade.
I have a suggestion.
Thank you, Pedro.
It's also difficult to remember from English and Portuguese because the word near to the end, it's Gilead.
Gileade. Ah, yes. All right, separating out the E and A, Gileade. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And so let's see, does Lucas, our famous uh, uh, discoverer of which book we're reading from, do you remember, Lucas? What book is the mystery book that we just read from?
Is Judge.
Judges. Absolutely right. Excellent. Okay. And so, Edemar, can you kindly read the next verse, which is Genesis chapter 21, verse 32?
Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Abimelech rose up and he called the chief captain of the host, and they returned unto the land of Palestine.
Very good. Thank you. Assim fizeram aliança em Berseba. Depois se levantou Abimeleque e ficou príncipe do seu exército, e tornaram-se para a terra dos filisteus. And then, Raimunda, can you kindly read question G in English?
What does Bathsheba mean?
Okay, so does anyone remember what Beersheba means?
Oath? The oath, the
Yes,
agreement? Yeah.
but what about the oath? There's something before the word oath.
It was land of the oath, something
Yes,
like that, right?
that's what I'm
I
looking
also
for.
remember that it had actually two meanings.
Yes, and what's the
It
second
also
meaning?
could mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's land of the seven, something along these
Yes,
lines, right?
absolutely right. So 7 for the 7 U's. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to go into some new material. And we'll enter into the preliminary study of the offering of Isaac. And so, Pedro, can you kindly read Genesis 21:33?
Okay. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God.
Very well pronounced, thank you. E plantou bosque em Berseba e invocou lá o nome do Senhor, Deus eterno. Lucas, can you kindly read question 1 in English?
This verse has an important first mention. What might it be?
Very well pronounced. So for Nicholas and Ejimar, I'm not sure we've discussed this before you. A first mention in the Bible means it's the first time we encounter that word or phrase. And usually where the first time we encounter a word or phrase helps define that word for the rest of the Bible. So looking at verse 33, what might be the first mention there? Any guesses?
Maybe I know that in the Bible, God has multiple names. Like he's called different things along the Bible. So I would guess it's something related to that, like a specific name that was first called there, and then it followed on other occasions.
Okay, and so in that verse, what specific word are you looking at?
It's not really a specific word, but it's the term everlasting God.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, so it's word or phrase. So
Yeah.
absolutely right. Okay, so that's the first time, and God gets many beautiful names, but this is the first time he's been called the everlasting God. Uh, And so, Nicholas, can you continue with question 2 in English?
Why is the phrase significant in this context?
Thank you.
I would say that it's Abraham acknowledging that God never changes and that He will always be with him,
Absolutely right.
independent of the situation, whatever is happening. He acknowledges that God will be with him.
Yes. So he just made a covenant with Abimelech, and that was an important covenant, but he immediately refers to an even more important covenant. So by referencing the everlasting God, he might be referring to the Abrahamic covenants. Okay, so when God says something, it's good forever. And hopefully Abimelech will also agree to his covenant. But to give a little bit of a contrast, he immediately, like he's giving praise to God rather than to Abimelech. Okay, so Edumar, can you kindly read the next verse, which is Genesis 21, verse 34?
And Abraham sojourned in Philistine's land many days.
Ok, thank you. E peregrinou Abraão na terra dos filisteus muitos dias. Okay, so Raimunda, can you kindly read question 3 in English?
Does to sojourn mean the same as to journey?
Okay, what do you think? They look similar.
They look similar. I think in Portuguese is the peregrinar. Peregrinar e viajar is two words different, but they are half synonyms. I don't know, but I think they look alike. They have some common things. Because sojourning is like he is peregrinando, andando, is
Okay,
like his journey.
okay. Interestingly, let's see. Because the Portuguese here only gives one verb, whereas this verse, no, I'm sorry. Actually, the Portuguese, the English might be more precise. Okay, so journeying is peregrinar. But what is sojourn in English?
Yeah, in Portuguese they translate it for peregrinar.
Yeah, but in English, I don't think sojourn means the same as peregrinar. So does anyone know what that English word means? And is it?
Forasteiro. Forasteiro.
Well, again, I'm not trying to use Portuguese to define the English word. So just give me the sense of why is sojourn different than journey?
It will be to it's I don't want to use the word travel because travel can have another meaning, but traveling in the sense of you uh, uh, we're traveling in a place but not with a clear objective, maybe like you like the nomads used to make, like going up and down, and
Okay.
not you're not in a place all the times, but you are in the area, but going.
Okay. That's a good guess, Nicholas, but that isn't it. Sojourn, although it sounds like one is moving, isn't moving. Sojourn is a temporary stay. Okay, so So specifically in English, sojourn is a temporary stay. Now, given it seems as though Abraham has different temporary stays, but specifically sojourn in English is a temporary stay.
It's like that Abraham were at the land of the Philistines, so he lived there for a period. Is
Exactly.
it true?
Exactly. By the grace of Abimelech. So Abimelech is allowing him to live in his kingdom. All right, and so then the next verse helps to differentiate. And again, in English, it's going to tell us the difference, how sojourn is different from journey. So Pedro, can you read the mystery chapter, verse 21? Sorry, chapter 20, verse 1.
Okay. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar.
Okay, very good. And it might be sojourn, so it's a little more of the emphasis in the beginning. Okay, so let me see. Lucas, do you know what mystery book that is, Lucas?
It's Genesis.
Yes, absolutely right. All right, so it's the same book we're in. Very good. E partiu Abraão dali para a terra do sul e habitou entre Cades e Sur e peregrinou em Gerar. At least for me, I think the confusion there is peregrinar is like pilgrim, and pilgrim sounds like you're doing a pilgrimage and moving, but in English it's a little bit different. It's that he's temporarily staying in Gerar.
In Portuguese means the same that sojourning in English because you stay here is like nomad, like the guy said, like you are like those people that are nomads, I forgot. They stay a short stay here and then they go and they stay a short stay in another place. It's like
Okay.
a nomad people, like they were nomads.
Like nomads.
Nomads. Yeah,
Okay.
nomads.
Okay, but in English, nomad is someone who's moving more often. So, but anyway, okay, excellent. So, Lucas, can you kindly read question 4 in English?
Abraham sojourning in the promised land implies what? Did he ever possess the land?
Thank you. So there's 2 words there where the emphasis needs to be closer to the beginning. So it's sojourning and promised. Okay, so in English, the emphasis is obviously or is more often towards the front. Okay, so that so if he's sojourning in the promised land, did he possess the land?
Never did. Like he never did, but his descendants did it. At
Yes.
some point.
Yeah.
Himself never. He didn't live to see the land
Yes.
being from his descendants.
Absolutely right. But didn't God promise him already? God said, this land will be your land.
Well, he said that it will be. He will give the land to his descendancy.
Yes. Okay.
But it's the thing that God a lot of times does that he mainly in the Old Testament you see this thing where you see the small movements of people and also the big movements like of hundreds and hundreds of years passing and the things also happening in a big way, not only
Okay.
in the
I
in the
agree.
end steps like
Yes. So absolutely right. So God, when he says this will be your land, he's saying you and your descendants. So the nation will not be built right away. Was there any land that Abraham actually possessed in the promised land?
He lives there, right? But I don't recall if he ever like had the land like not under. For example, he right now he's under Abimelech. So while he's living, not his land,
Okay,
right?
but he's not possessing Abimelech's land.
The
But he,
Yes,
cemetery.
all right, but sorry, say it again,
The
Raimunda.
cemetery.
Yes, okay, Raimunda's remembering. He bought a burial plot, or he will buy. It's in chapter 23, verse 4. He will buy his burial plot. Okay, so that is Abraham's only possession in the promised land is where he will be buried after he dies. Wow. Okay, so Nicholas, can you kindly read Genesis 21? So now we're moving on to a new chapter. So Genesis 20 to 21? Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's Genesis 22, verse 1.
22, right?
22.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am.
Thank you, very good. E aconteceu depois destas coisas que provou Deus a Abraão e disse-lhe, Abraão. E ele disse, Eis-me aqui. All right. So let's go on to our final questions for the evening. Ejimar, can you kindly read question 5 in English?
The other page. There are several meanings of the word tempt. Which one is in view here?
Okay. All right. So what do you think? So it says in that God did tempt Abraham. What meaning of tempt is being used?
Tested.
Say it again, Raimonda.
Tested.
Is that a word in English? I didn't hear you.
Was a test.
A
Right.
test. Yes, thank you. Okay, that's absolutely right. Okay, so it's not what we traditionally think that tempt is, as in temptation, right? As if,
Devil tempt.
yes, it's not the devil tempting. This is God tempting, and it's testing. Okay, very good. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Raimonda. All right, so Raimonda, you're up next. Can you read question 6 in English?
What would be the objective of this trial?
Okay. So it says that he's testing Abraham. Okay, so if he's testing, it's like a trial. Why is he testing Abraham? What is the objective?
God was testing Abraham for his obedience and also his faith.
Yes, absolutely right, Pedro. So he's going to test his obedience, his faith, and does anyone remember what's the first commandment?
Love.
Yes. And so it's loving God above all. So God is going to test him to see if he really, really loves God above all, because maybe he loves his son more. We're going to find out.
Or maybe also another way to see this, like if he had the faith to believe that God would be able to fulfill his promise, even though God is he, at least the way he's seeing, like God is acting against what he has promised.
Mhm.
So would you believe in me even when you don't understand what I'm doing?
Exactly right. Exactly right. Okay, very good. So, Pedro, can you kindly read Genesis chapter 21, verse 2?
Okay. Then he said, Take me now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of.
Very nicely pronounced. Thank you. E disse: Toma agora o teu filho, o teu único filho, Isaque, a quem amas, e vai-te à terra de Moria. Oferece-o ali em holocausto sobre uma das montanhas que eu te direi.
I have a little suggestion.
Thank you.
The name of the mountain is Moriah. The
Moriah.
emphasis is in the end.
Ah, you're right. I didn't see that accent. Thank you very much. So it's
Well,
Moriah in English, mas Moriah in
yes.
Portuguese.
I think there could be a kind of a pattern between English and Portuguese in these names, that at least oftentimes when you see a word, a name ending with a vowel and an H right after in English, oftentimes it's accentuated in Portuguese
Okay, interesting.
because of the sound that the AH makes in English is similar to the open A in Portuguese.
Uh-huh.
Like,
You're right.
yeah, you know.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to remember that. Okay, so here's a basic question. Lucas, can you kindly read question 7 in English?
Was Isaac Abraham's only son?
Okay, what do you think, Lucas? What do you think? Is Isaac Abraham's only son?
No,
Correct. So why does God say this? Well, let's start. Who's the other son?
is Ishmael.
Correct. Okay, but I think Isaac is a special type of son. So what kind of son is he called?
The promised son.
Yes. Okay, so Isaac is the son of promise.
And
So-
also, another thing that I want to add is that right now he didn't even know if like he didn't have anything proving that Ishmael was even alive at the time, because
Okay.
he let Ishmael go with his mother,
Yeah.
and he didn't have any kind of information about what was he doing, where is he living, if he
Okay.
arrived. So the only thing that he really had about Ishmael was the promise that God made to him, like, I will make it work.
Okay.
Like, I
Well-
will also bless him. He will not die in the
Okay.
desert.
Okay, but this is God speaking. So he's saying, thy only son Isaac, and God knows that Ishmael is alive.
Yes, yes. But like talking to Abraham in a way that Abraham would understand the sense of, also in the sense like, it's the only son that you have with you right now. Like,
Yeah.
also in the sense.
Okay. Well, that could be, but I think he at a certain point God speaks of Isaac as the only son and only that way. So he's making it very clear that Isaac is the son that I always meant for you to have. Okay, so That's the son of promise.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, so well, we were fast. So we have a little bit of time. And so I have a question that I don't have written out for you. But where is Moriah in relationship to where they are? Where is Moriah? And is it nearby?
They're by Jerusalem.
Well, okay, but nearby where they are right now, nearby to Philistine. And Pedro, you're right. If the question was Moriah is next to what? Yes, it is next to Jerusalem. But is that close to where they are now?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so. If I recall, it's some days of travel between one point to the other, right?
Yeah.
After we see when they're going, it says something about the time that it took to go there and back, right?
Yeah. I mean, the way the Bible tells it sounds like it's nearby, but remember, Beersheba is at the southern extremity of Israel. And go ahead, Haimunda.
No, no. I was just like kind of coughing.
Okay. So Beersheba is southern extremity of Israel, and is Jerusalem in the southern extremity? No. So just to give an idea, it's about 40 miles. Okay, remember Israel is not a very big country. But it's 40 miles north. Uh, and and since we're going to finish up with one more spontaneous question, and Mount Moriah, what else happens on Mount Moriah? So we know that, go ahead, Pedro.
Was the temple built by Solomon? Was this temple there?
Yes. Okay, and that's actually the third question. So, all right, so what was built there was the temple. But what other important event happened on Mount Moriah? So it's where Abraham will be asked to sacrifice Isaac. And that is symbolic of what other sacrifice?
Jesus.
Yes. So Mount Moriah is also where Jesus was sacrificed. So he was sacrificed. So Calvary Hill and Mount Moriah are the same.
Okay. Because
Okay.
Moriah was a region. Am I correct?
I'm not sure, but at least it's called Mount Moriah. So I'm not sure that Moriah was Jerusalem. I think it's a more specific part of it that later would be called Calvary Hill. Okay, so it's just outside of the temple area, not too far away. Okay, very good. All right, so we got some extra questions in completely verbally without anything being written down or to prepare for. So any questions or comments in English?
Well, just I was confirming something here that the Bible really does say where how long the travel took to Abraham until Moriah. It was
Okay.
3 days to get there.
Oh, okay,
Because
thank
it's
you.
not saying that it took 3 days, but it says on the third day they
Yes,
saw the mount. So we can estimate it was about a week to go and come back, like 6
you're
days more
absolutely
or less
right.
to go.
So it's a 3-day walk. And what verse
Quite
is
far.
that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's 3 or 4. It's really close to where we
There
saw.
it is. It's verse 4. Then on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. So well remembered, Nicholas. Thank you. So the Bible said, yes, it's a 3-day walk. Any other comments or questions in English?
I'm curious to know who is Hagar, the mother of Israel.
And you're curious about Hagar?
And
What are you curious about Hagar?
oh, because she had a son of Abraham, correct? And the question here is Isaac the only son of his Abraham? Is it the only, or Ismael
No.
was one? No.
You're absolutely right, Edmar. Isaac is not the only son physically. So yes, Abraham and Hagar had a child named Ishmael. But as we were discussing, in God's eyes, Isaac is the only son. He's the son of promise. So all the promises from the Abrahamic covenant will flow through Isaac and not through Ishmael. Even though the Arabs will tell you, no, 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 no. God's promise flows through the eldest son, the first son of Abraham. And that first son was Ishmael. Okay, but the Bible repeatedly says, no, this is the only son.
Okay.
Thank you for that question.
The Bible says, if someone asks me about it, I can say the Bible says.
Yes, isn't that nice? Our authority is the Bible. And so what the Bible says is the full truth. But this is subtle because physically it is not Abraham's only son. But let's say spiritually, in God's eyes, yes, it's the only son.
That's a good answer. Spiritually.
Yes.
Okay.
The son of promise. Excellent.
Son of promise.
Say it again, Edmar. Son of promise. Yes.
Of promise.
Very good. All right. So I'm going to thank you all for